Good noon, everyone, and welcome back to PPS Lab sessions. Till now, we have gone for multiple programs. We started with very basic programs and basic expression calculations, printf, scanf, and do some calculations and all. Then we had gone for conditional branching, so if else if ladder, switch case. Then in a previous lab, we had gone for conditional looping also, where we have seen program number 15, 16, 17, and program number 29, 30, and 31. So patterns. So where we have number of loops. What I planned today is we want to go for program number 18 to 22 today. Okay. So let us discuss these programs first. Then I'm going to show you one or two programs from this one. And later you'll have your time to complete all these programs by yourself, right? So 18th program says write a program to reverse a number. By the way, we have already covered this program in lecture, right? Let us understand that process one more time. So if you still have any doubt, that will be cleared. So reverse a number. Now, what is that process? Oh, it's very simple actually. If your number is 1234, then you want it to be something like 4321. Another example is if your number is 346, then the result should be 643. Now, first you need to understand how this number is calculated or how this number is formed. So 643 means 600 plus 40 plus 3, which means if you can extract those digits separately, 6, 4, and 3, then you can go for iterative process, like 6 will be multiplied by 10 twice, 4 will be multiplied by 10 at once, and 3 will not be multiplied by 10, and you'll need to go for addition process, right? And for that we have also understood the process here. Now, how can we have those digits first? That is the question. How can I extract a digit from number? So if I simply go for modulo 10 operation, then it is going to give me the remainder, and that remainder is going to be the last digit. Now this works with integer number only, okay? But here we are going to have a look at the example of loop. So let's go. So 346, if I make modulo 10 here, then the last digit will be extracted 6. And if I have that 6, then let us remove that 6 from the 346 number. So make it divide 10, will give you 34. So what you do is you extract digit 6, last digit, and then you extract the remaining number 34. Now this 34 number will go to the next iteration, and extracted digit 6 will go for some calculation. Now what calculation, we will see it later, but in next iteration we have 34. Again modulo 10 will give us 4, and that extracted digit will go for the calculation, and so on. So this is repetitive process. Modulo 10 divide 10, modulo 10 divide 10, and so on. Now once you have those digits extracted, 6, 4, 3, and so on, then what we do is we go for the multiplication and addition process, right? Initialize your result with 0, so multiply it with 10 and then add your current digit. So you'll have 6. Again, whatever 6 you have, multiply it by 10, so 60, and then add your digit 4, becomes 64. 64 multiplied by 10, 640, and then add your number, will give you the final answer 643. So the process is something like this. Whatever result you have, initially it is 0. Multiply it by 10 and then add current digit 6. So the next iteration your answer will be 6. So multiply it by 10 becomes 60. Add current digit which is 4, makes it 64, and so on. So this is the process, and this program we have already seen in lecture part. So you just need to implement that program, and that will be your 18th program. Okay. If you want to refer lecture recording, then that has been already uploaded. You can refer that recording also. So that's the 18th program. Now 19th program, let us discuss this one. It says write a program to generate first n numbers of Fibonacci series. Now n, we can ask user how many terms you want, terms of the series. Now let us understand what is Fibonacci series first. Okay, so if I'm not wrong, it is something like it starts with 0 and 1. Now these are first two terms, term 1 and term 2. And then onwards, each term will be calculated by adding previous two terms. That's how your series will be calculated. So 0 plus 1, 1. Then 1 plus 1, 2. Previous two terms always, okay? So 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 5 is 8, and so on. So this is the series. So your third term is calculated by adding term 1 and term 2. This is how you can calculate the third term, right? So what you actually do is you add these two, will give you the third term. Again, you add these two, will give you the third term. And the next one, you add these two, and you'll have this one. Similarly, addition 5. 3 plus 5, addition 6, and so on. So this is how your Fibonacci series can be calculated. And that's what we want to do. We actually need to add previous terms repeatedly. आगे की दो टर्म को ऐड करते जाओ तो हर बार आपको नई टर्म मिलती जाएगी. Once you calculate it, you print it. As simple as that. So let's try and write a program for this one. Okay, so let's say we want to do this program, 19th program for a Fibonacci series. Then what we want is we need to have three terms. So T1, T2, and T3. We require three terms. And first two terms are always fixed. It starts from 0 and 1. So I will initialize those two terms here. Okay. And along with that, we also say that we are going to ask user what number of terms you require. So let us have n also. So now let us ask user first. Please enter number of terms you want, right? And let us scan that value, scanf, %d, ampersand n. I'm going to store it in variable n right now. तो अगर यूजर बोलता है कि 6 टर्म्स चाहिए तो हम 6 प्रिंट करेंगे. अगर यूजर बोलता है 10 टर्म्स, वी आर गोइंग टू प्रिंट 10 टर्म्स देयर. अब पहली दो टर्म जो है वो ऑलरेडी वी हैव इट, सो लेट अस प्रिंट दोज टू टर्म्स. Okay, so let's say Fibonacci series, and then %d for first term, space %d for second term, space. So पहली टर्म मुझे कहाँ से मिलेगी? T1 से, और दूसरी टर्म मुझे मिलेगी T2 से. So वो दोनों मैंने प्रिंट कर दी. अब तीसरी टर्म कैसे मिलेगी? So I need to calculate that thing. T3 equals to T1 plus T2. this is how I can calculate my third term. और अगर third term मिल गई, let us print third term also, percentage D space, and I'm going to print third term here. So if I save this code and if I run this one, then it is going to ask me, please enter number of terms you want, whatever. Right now it doesn't matter. So 5. So हमें मिल गया what? 0, 1, and 0 plus 1 is 1. तीसरी term मिल गई. Now after this third term, when I go for the fourth term calculation, तो मेरी term 1 term 2 update करनी होगी. Previous 2 terms हमें कहाँ से मिलेगी? Just आगे से. So I'm going to update this T1 T2 so that I can iterate this process. So once we have calculate T3 and printed T3, तो हम क्या करेंगे? हम T1 और T2 को अपडेट करेंगे. So T1 को अपडेट करो T2 से and then T2 को अपडेट करो T3 से. So it is nothing but you are simply shifting your terms. T1 को T2 पे लेके आए और T2 को T3 पे लेके गए. So the next term will again be calculated using T1 T2. And now these 4 statements we want to iterate. Okay, so we can simply go for a while loop here, because initialization of n वो तो already हो चुका है, correct? So what we can do is we can go for condition here. Well, we need to go for loop control variable separately, I, and in that case let us go for for loop, so that we can start I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So this is how we can iterate it. So let us save and see what happens now. So if I run this code and if I say that I want 6 terms, enter 6, enter. So term 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it should stop at 5. लेकिन उसने 2 terms ज़्यादा print की. Why? Because हम ये loop 6 बार चला रहे हैं, लेकिन 2 term जो हमने already print कर दी वो तो हमने इस यहाँ पे consider किया ही नहीं. अगर यूज़र को 6 terms चाहिए, 2 term आपने already print कर दी, तो ये loop 2 बार कम चलना चाहिए. So you can go for n minus 2 like this way. Okay, so 2 terms कम print होंगी. So it will stop at 5. Correct? You can also start this loop from 2 directly. मतलब आप 2 से start भी कर सकते हो. आप बोल दो कि 2 term पहले से print हो चुकी, 0th term और first term हो चुकी है, then I'll start from 2. Then also it will work properly. Let me have extra print slash n here. Okay, just to avoid this percentage sign here. So you can also start this loop from 2 directly. Oh. Where I made a mistake, it says I equals to 2. No, that's the warning. Forget about it. Expected semicolon. What problem I made? I equals to 2 semicolon I less than n. No problem there. Yeah, I don't know. I think I haven't saved this properly. So yeah. So it says please enter a number, and now if I say 6, then it will give me 6 terms only at this place. So now user will decide how many terms required, and we are going to run a loop. We calculate T3 always based on T1 and T2. We print T3 and we update T1 and T2, so that in the next term those will be updated numbers, and so on. So this is the Fibonacci series. If I again run this thing and let's say I want 10 terms, then it is going to give me 10 terms here, right? So that's the Fibonacci series, a program, 19th program. So we have seen 18th program, we have seen 19th program. Now let us see the 20th one. It says write a program to find sum of first and last digit of a given number. Well, this is simple. This is something like a reverse number process. रिवर्स नंबर में आपने क्या किया था, जो भी नंबर आपको दिया है उसमें से आपने डिजिट एक्सट्रैक्ट किए थे. सेम थिंग यू नीड टू डू हियर. आपको पहला डिजिट और लास्ट डिजिट चाहिए. यू नीड फर्स्ट एंड लास्ट डिजिट. सो एक बार मॉड्यूलो 10 करो तो आपको लास्ट डिजिट मिल जाएगा. सबसे पहले जो मिलेगा वो लास्ट डिजिट होगा. एंड देन आप डिवाइड बाय 10 करते जाओगे अपने नंबर को जब तक वो नंबर 10 से बड़ा है. While your number is greater than 10, you divide your number by 10. So when your loop will be terminated, आपके पास एक single digit number रहेगा. That will be the first digit from your number. Last में जो बचेगा वो first number होगा. So you have first digit, you have last digit. Simply sum it up and print it. So 20th program is very much simple. You can do it by yourself. Then 21st program. Write a C program to find sum and average of different numbers which are accepted by user as many as user wants. So अब यहाँ पे आ गया यूजर्स चॉइस. जब तक यूजर को चाहिए वो नंबर देता रहेगा and you need to sum it up and finally do the calculation for average. Okay, so let us see this program also, 21st program also. Okay, so I'll go to this one, and in lab B, let us create a new practical prac21.c file, and let us have a documentation section. 21st program, and I'm done with my documentation. So we should go for hash include first, stdio.h, then int main, and at this place what we are going to do is, first let us understand how we can take value from user. और कब तक लेते रहेंगे, जब तक यूजर को चाहिए आप वैल्यू लेते रहो. So at least you will require one number variable which user is going to give you, and you will require a choice. You will ask question to your user, do you want to continue, yes or no? So we will require ch. Okay, we'll require that ch. Now maybe someone is posting something. Let me test if you have any query here. Screen is frozen. Screen is not visible. Where from my side it is shared. Okay, well, let me re-share this one. Now it is visible. Okay, well, in that case it might be at your end, the network problem. Let me go back to the program and let us work on the program now. Okay, so we take one number, integer, and one character, ch. So what we actually want to do is, we want to ask user to give a number. So please enter a number, and we will scan that number. Scanf %d and take that number, %num. Now what we want to do is, we want to repeat this process. User जो number आपको देता है, ये getting a number, we want to repeat this thing. So we are going to have it inside a loop. Now I'm going to use a do while loop here. Okay, so we'll go and use do while loop, not while, do while. Now why? Because I'm sure that एक नंबर तो मुझे यूजर के पास से लेना ही है. That is for sure. At least एक नंबर तो लूंगा ही. Then I can go for do while loop. अब ch को इनिशियलाइज नहीं किया मैंने, लेकिन what we are going to do here is now we are going to ask user, do you want to continue? Okay, do you want to continue? Yes or no? अब ये क्वेश्चन पूछा है तो यूजर कुछ एंटर करेगा. So let us scan that answer. Okay, scanf. And at this place you are going to take character, so %c and ampersand ch. Now you should be remembering लेक्चर में हमने जब एक कैरेक्टर स्कैन किया तो क्या प्रॉब्लम मिला था? The executor does not wait for user to enter something. It takes this character from the buffer part. अब ये प्रॉब्लम ना हो इसलिए I'm going to have one space before %c. तो वो बफर में स्पेस चला जाएगा और %c जो है वो यूजर से मिलेगा. So that's why we go for it, and now I'm going to save this code. So try to understand what we have now is what we do here is we take a number from user and then we ask user, do you want to continue? Yes or no? User कुछ answer देगा. Now we need to compare this ch in this while condition. If this ch is yes, then we are going to continue this loop. अब user may be capital Y भी दे सकता है, so we'll have or condition. ch is double equals to small y or ch is double equals to capital Y. Still, anything may happen. We want this thing. Okay. So this is how you can repeat it. Just let us check it out. So if I run this code, it will ask a number. Please enter a number. मैंने एक number दिया 2. तो उसने मुझे question पूछा, do you want to continue? If I say yes, तो वो फिर से number मांगेगा. Let's say 5. Do you want to continue? Yes. Next number is 6. Do you want to continue? Yes. Let's say next number is 3. Do you want to continue? When I say no, then program will be terminated. Okay, program is terminated here. So we have set up that flow, almost infinite flow, या तो फिर जब तक यूजर चाहे इसे रन कर सकता है. Now let us see what exactly we want. We have this thing, different numbers accepted by user as many user wants. तो ये तो हो गया. अब हमें सिर्फ यही करना है. You need to sum it up and find the average. So for sum, let us have sum, initialize it with 0, so that once we have a number, we can sum or we can add that number in sum variable. So just calculate the sum. And to have average, let us have a float variable avg, so that once all the numbers are done, okay, what we can do is we can calculate average number by sum divide by total number of the numbers given by user. तो अब यहाँ पे हमें एक और काउंट चाहिए, यूजर ने टोटल कितने नंबर्स दिए हैं. So for that we can have one more, let's say cnt, counter, initialize it with 0. Look, cnt is just a counter. जैसे ही यूजर एक नंबर देता है मैं वो काउंटर इंक्रीज कर लूंगा, cnt plus plus, that's it. It is nothing but a counter. Once we take a number from user, we are going to increase that counter. So पहला नंबर दिया तो वो 0 से 1 हो जाएगा. दूसरा नंबर दिया तो 1 से 2 हो जाएगा, तीसरा नंबर दिया तो 2 से 3 हो जाएगा. सो एट द एंड ऑफ दिस लूप यूजर ने जितने नंबर्स दिए होंगे उसका काउंट आपके पास CNT में रहेगा. So you can use that CNT here to find the average. Okay. Now remember, sum is integer, count is also integer. तो ये division process भी integer में चली जाएगी. Explicitly, we need to make one variable float. So this is a typecasting. Now we have sum, we have average. Let us simply print it. Printf. Sum आप print करो percentage D से /n. एवरेज आप प्रिंट करो परसेंटेज F से /n. तो ये दोनों को मुझे प्रिंट करना है, सम एंड एवरेज. दैट्स इट. So we have printed those answers now. Let us have few more /n here to differentiate where we print those things. Simple. So we sum all the numbers. We also count the numbers so that we can find average at the end. So now if I run this thing, let me give 5 numbers and all those 5 numbers are 1. Oh, we have a problem here. Let me see what is the problem. Well, there is no problem there. If I again save and try to run this thing, yeah, sometimes this executor has a problem if program has not been saved perfectly. Yeah, so now we don't have any error. Let us run this part. So first number is 1. Do you want to continue? Yes. Second number is also 1. Do you want to continue? Yes. And so on. I'm going to give total 5 numbers. And then I'll stop. I don't want to give any number now. So it will say sum is 5 and average is 1. So that's how you can perform this program. The 21st program says take numbers from user, और यूजर से आप चॉइस लोगे कि आपको कंटिन्यू करना है तो करो, नहीं करना है तो let us know. And based on that choice, you are going to repeat this process. So this is what actually we want to learn from this example. We can execute a loop till user wants. Based on user's input, we can run a loop here. Okay, so that's the 21st program. Now, the 22nd program is saying write a program to calculate average. तो जैसे हमने यहाँ पे किया वैसे ही है, लेकिन कुछ अलग है. So calculate the average of total 5 students, and all those 5 students will have total 3 subjects. अब यहाँ पे आपको हिंट भी दिया हुआ है, use nested for loops. So outer for loop number of students के लिए चलेगा, I equals to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Inner for loop subjects के लिए चलेगा, so j equals to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. And inside that, what you are going to do is you are going to take marks. Subject के marks user के पास से get करो. Once you have those 3 marks within that loop, you are actually going to sum it up. और 3 सब्जेक्ट के मार्क्स ले लो, इनर फॉर लूप खत्म हो जाए, बाद में आप एवरेज कैलकुलेट करके प्रिंट कर दोगे. So j, within the loop of j, you are going to sum, and within the loop of I, you are going to calculate average and print it. So that will be the nested for loop example 22nd program, and you do it by yourself. If you have any problem, you can ask. We'll solve those problems or queries and complete it. So that's all from my side, and that's our plan to cover 5 programs in this lab. Okay, so just send your enrollment number in the chat box so that your attendance will be recorded, and then You start writing your programs one by one. एक एक प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट करो, रन करो, आउटपुट चेक करो, अगर वो सही है then go for the next program. Okay, I'm here. Wherever you have any kind of a query or problem or error, you may ask me. Try to complete all 5 programs right now. So that's it. Post your numbers in a chat box and then you may start creating your programs now. Yeah, I hope everyone has posted. Just last call. Just post your enrollment number in the chat box so that attendance will be recorded. And then you start writing your programs one by one. एक एक प्रोग्राम करते जाओ, आउटपुट चेक करते जाओ. If you feel there is a problem, कहीं पे भी error है, आप मुझे पूछ सकते हो. Okay, I'm going to stop this recording now.